everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for May 3rd. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's super late, but I put up a video explaining my absence, so if you want to run over there and watch that real fast, it'll explain everything. But for now, let's get right to it, because I am ready and raring to go. So at the Metro Court, Kiki talks to Carly. She tells her about the QUARTERMAINE drama going on, and she promised that she would drop something off or pick something up for Lucy with the Metro Court and the nurses' ball. So Carly has that, or she's dropped, I don't know, to be quite honest with you, and I didn't know at the time. The divorce comes up, and the rings kind of also get brought up. Carly's reluctant to take her wedding ring off. Kiki feels that, this is a little beyond her, and Carly's like, no, we can talk about this. She took Sonny at his word when they said they were over, and then just because he changed his mind 5 minutes later and she had already done something, it doesn't, make what she did wrong. And Kiki is, she's sorry to see them, going through this, because I think she really liked them, and she knows no matter what, they'll always love each other. And Carly is going to take the menu cards from Kiki. That's what it was. Kiki leaves Carly with some nice words, and I think Carly said, I never hated a man enough to give him back his diamonds. Or Kiki said that. I don't know. But I wanted to add it in there. So at the QUARTERMAINE's, Tracy calls someone. She would like to arrange a transaction done by tomorrow. Dylan comes in. He asks Tracy what's happening tomorrow. She won't say. He knows she made up her mind about something. And she says that her life is off course. And Dylan thinks this is about the con. And she says no, it's not about that. It's about something else. So she tells him what happened to her in the crypt and the hallucination about the celestial courtroom, which I love. I never thought I'd ever hear those words together, and I'm just so happy I have. And all the craziness that ensued. And she says she's finally at peace with herself, and then Ned is looking over some papers. At Nathan and Maxie's place, Nathan is on the phone with Maxie, and he's looking forward to her coming home, and then realizes the place is a mess, although he's telling her it's fine. Speaking of places being a mess, mine isn't. Oh my goodness, y'all. So much. Oh, look, it's a painting. I am displaying it for now. But, okay, the bottom got a little cluttery. But, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Clear stuff off. Things happen. So at the Haunted Star, Sonny is being ridiculous and making out with some lady. Because, that's what you do when you're mad at your soon-to-be ex-wife for doing the same thing, but whatever. And then get a little more personal, if you know what I mean. And either his ring fell off or he took it off. But anyway, he's in this lady's room in the Haunted Star. So that's all about that. And now, the next day. We don't really usually get a night-to-day transition on General Hospital, so I had to break it up in, a whole other section. I know! I was so surprised. So, back at the Metro Court, Lucy is going over stuff for the nurses' ball. She's going through things with Olivia, the good Olivia, because the bad one's locked up. And Dante's there to help. Dante runs into Nathan. He seems hesitant about Maxie coming home tonight. He hasn't been taking care of the apartment, but he hired someone to clean the place while they have a romantic evening. And I was like, well, I guess that's nice. So he feels that Port Charles is the last place Maxie wants to be. Portland has everything but Nathan, and then he gets a call and it's Maxie. So Lucy's back. She's giving Dante a hard time about not moving the stuff fast enough, which I don't understand. If someone's doing something for you, you just be grateful at the pace they're doing it. Just saying. So apparently Obrecht has been hounding Lucy about performing, and Lucy is torn because she can't stand her, but no one can deny she's talented. Also, the actress who plays Obrecht replied to one of my tweets once about when I saw her on Bones, so, I don't hate her as much as I always did. The character. I mean, obviously, she's still, there's the history. It's hard to blank slate Obrecht, but, I'm kind of warmed up to her a little bit. So, Nathan comes back. Apparently, Maxie isn't coming home. The magazine offered to extend her contract until they find a permanent replacement. And Lucy's upset because Maxie promised to help her with the nurses' ball, but then she checks herself. Because if she's upset, imagine how Nathan feels. So Dante says that they can work it out, and Nathan feels that he was left out of this decision. She made it unilaterally, but he can't blame her. And Nathan is too reasonable to be on a soap opera. Let's be real. This character is way too reasonable. I love him because he's everything I say someone should be. But I can see now, if every single character was reasonable, why there would be no show. So at the Haunted Star, Carly comes over to talk to Lulu about setting up a meeting of a pharmaceutical convention. They were going to use the Haunted Star's overflow because Lulu's been renting out the staterooms apparently. And Lulu asks if they can reschedule because Tracy texted her. And then the divorce comes up. So Lulu knows about the plan for Carly to keep everything. And Carly says that Sonny has plenty of money offshore. And Lulu's like, yeah, but he can't bring it into the country. And Carly says Jax can't come into the country. And Lulu doesn't think that she should force Sonny out of the country. Carly says he gets to live in luxury. And he has his casino. And he can take Avery with him. And, he wants him to feel how Jocelyn has to feel. And Lulu says that, Carly won't be able to come back from this. And Carly says that there's nothing to come back to. And Lulu's going to go grab something and then they'll walk out. In the stateroom of the Haunted Star, Sonny wakes up. He and Mystery Woman, who I'm convinced is Carly's lawyer, talk. Her name is Martina. And he regrets, nope, can't. So Carly hears something, and she goes walking, and it's coming from one of the rooms. Can't imagine which one. Sonny and Martina knock something down, and Carly's trying to open the door. And Lulu's like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Carly didn't know the rooms were rented out. She didn't know she was hearing. And Carly feels so embarrassed, but no harm done. It's not like she opened the door. It's fine. So then Carly runs the rings past her again, and Lulu tells her, don't take your ring off before you're ready. She noticed Sonny was wearing his, and, maybe there is hope after all. So Sonny and Martina get dressed. She's pressed for time. Can't imagine why. He asks if they can do this again sometime. It's the hypocrisy. I'm not judging the actions. It's the hypocrisy. So she says she's here for a week, and her work is going to take up all her time. What is her work? Oh. And he says that if they happen to bump into each other, they'll see how it goes. Deal. Okay. I can't wait for them to bump into each other again. I'm just saying. I know I have the benefit of hindsight now, but I'm trying to pretend like I don't. But let me tell you, I wrote these. I haven't touched these notes since the day they aired. So any predictions I have in here are things I thought at the time. At the meeting, Carly is there. Diane comes in. Diane tries to talk some sense into Carly, and Carly's not having it. And Diane says Jax would probably be back in 1 to 2 years. And Carly says, yeah, when Jax comes back, Sonny can have all his stuff back. And I was like, that. Okay. So Diane, I can't fight that logic. I honestly can't. So Diane tries to tell her Sonny will miss her, and Carly's the only person who can save him from himself. And he's only managed to do all he's done because of her, and her existence isn't all about Sonny, I'm just saying. And their relationship won't ever dissolve, and they're going to wind up needing each other again. Sonny comes in. Carly is about to maybe concede, and then notices that Sonny's ring is off. And Diane is annoyed, needless to say. And now end scene. So Monica thanks Finn for doing the DNA test. Did we even touch the hospital? What? I feel like, really? We came to the hospital at the very end? That's so weird. Oh no, they're at the Quartermaines. I'm sorry, I got lost in my, so they're all at the Quartermaines. So Monica thanks him for doing the DNA test, but don't do it again. And don't do what again? What? Oh, for Samira, okay. Laura compliments Tracy on being willing to give up the painting. Tracy tells the room how Laura went with her to Turkey, and the letter from her father, the letter set her free. Lucy isn't making Nathan feel better, and she's going to bow out, and then Dante then talks him up a little bit. Nathan feels like Maxie was just really quick to stay in Portland. Carly takes off her ring. She's ready to get this started and let the lawyers do the talking. And Carly's lawyer comes in, and it's Martina! And I'm like, who could have seen that coming? I'm sure we all did. I don't think I'm special for seeing it coming, to be quite honest with you. So Tracy always came back to Port Charles. That's what she's telling the room of her friends and family. But she was always chasing that letter, even though, the metaphor of that letter. And she loves all of them so much, but it's time for her to step out of Edward's shadow and make a life for herself, and she can't do that here. So here's the announcement. She's leaving Port Charles, and they're all kind of shocked. And I realize now that the why everything was so weird, the Quartermaine portion was after the end scene. I deserve that, to be quite honest with you. So that was the end, but if we want to go back to the QUARTERMAINE scenes, let's get right to it. Tracy's making brunch, Monica and Dylan, because I already finished. I don't want to go back and film this whole thing over again, so I'm just going to fix this here. Tracy's making brunch. Monica and Dylan and Ned and Michael come down. Kiki comes in. Finn is there with Hayden. They're admiring the painting. Tracy thanks everyone for coming. She has an announcement. Olivia comes in. She apologizes for being late. Olivia thanks Tracy. Thinks Tracy should get a move on her announcement. But Tracy's like, you don't get to call the shots or the menu. Her party, her rules. So Ned has an announcement of his own. They'll never have to hear the name Ashton again. People always assumed his last name was QUARTERMAINE anyway, so there's no reason to keep Ashton. He's officially changing his last name to QUARTERMAINE. It's who he is. And that's okay. I see where I messed up now. So since Michael and Jason have different last names, it's up to him and Dylan to carry on the QUARTERMAINE name, and he's going to do that. He filed the petition to officially change his last name to QUARTERMAINE, and Tracy's really happy. Lulu arrives. Announcement time. She tells the story of the painting, the con, and the monastery to the room, because not everyone knew that. And then just to go back, then she makes the announcement that she's leaving Port Charles, and they're all kind of shocked. So, whew, well, the first one kind of, well, okay. I will double check and make sure the end scenes are actually at the end for the next one. But thank you so much for watching. Well, a bumpy start, but it's going to be a smooth ride. It's like an Amtrak. Alright, so I will get right to filming the rest of these, and I hope you have a great however long it takes you, however long it takes me to get these up. So either have a great 2 seconds, or a great 5 minutes, or just a great existence. Oh, I like that. That might be my new thing. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling, end this, and get on to the next one. So I hope you have a good day. Bye!